Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video. Didn't upload anything yesterday because there was just not so much going on for BTC and ETH, but we might get some volatility very soon again, and I'm going to explain you exactly what I'm looking at right now. If you like the content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything, leave me a comment, share the video with your friends if you think this is useful. Also feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. This is BTC USD on the daily. And as you can see, we of course had a low right here. Then we had our new higher high, a higher low, higher high, I hope a higher low. This is still right now what I'm looking at. If we start dumping down again and start closing daily candles underneath this low right here, so that will be for me underneath 21,500, then we are making a higher high, a lower low, and then of course it's most likely that we are just getting or a quick move down, or the next move will be a lower high again, and that's really just a change of market structure. So all eyes are right now on this low right here at 21,500. Let's zoom in. This is BTC on the 4 hourly. The chart actually looks very crazy. We had this drop here on Friday, and then it was just straight now for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and a part of Tuesday, and everyone is just waiting for something to happen, but the trading range have been just a few tenths of a percent, and we're also right now exactly at that value area low, have not reclaimed it successfully yet. If we're really zooming in at this flat price action, then you could maybe make the case or the assumption that we're kind of making here a bit of a wedge or a triangle, and then we're just waiting for this to break out. This is actually the best that I can do to make something out of it. Okay, a little more than 1% of volatility. I have not been trading this. Like I said, it's just a very weird big drop down and just sideways, and everyone is now waiting. That news might come very soon from Jerome Powell. I'm going to show you in a minute what I mean with that. With that being said, you know now the targets to the bottom. If we are going higher, then we still have a lot of resistance above us. This is also something that I talked about last week already. We have the value area low, of course, that we need to recapture. We have the monthly open for March that is ahead of us. We have the point of control. Then we have the golden pocket and the value area high here at 24,000. The point of control is at 23,000, and currently the value area low is at 22,500-ish. So yeah, it's just quite a lot of resistance. There will also be a lot of traders who of course look at the golden pocket from here or even from here. Then you have an intermediate golden pocket here at 23,200 and 23,300-ish. So they're all places where you could possibly take a trade. I'm staying very, very cautious on the indicators. Doesn't look all too bad. Money flow is moving to the upside. You could say momentum waves are finally showing that it kind of wants to roll over to the upside, but so far the price hasn't come along yet. On the 4 hour, this was a little bit tricky. We had here a divergence. Price made a new low, momentum wave went higher. I thought, ooh, this is nice, this is sneaky, because this momentum wave is just slightly higher than the other one. Maybe this will catch some people off guard, but that didn't happen. Also here the money flow slowly creeps higher, but we have not really seen any follow through, so that concerns me a little bit. If we then quickly hopping over to ETH, same kind of story. I just also do not want to see this low being taken out on the daily, so a daily close underneath would be terrible. A wick below is fine, but no close underneath this level. For me, that is 1475. If we go higher, maybe that channel will be resistance again, and then the most important one above us will be 1670 to 1675 golden pocket measured from this top to the low back to the golden pocket. And if we also breach that, actually if we then zoom in, we have quite the nice liquidity there that's also coinciding with the golden pocket. This right here, and this right here, and there's not so much room in between. So maybe once we are able to reclaim that golden pocket, it could be a swift move off, a bit of a short squeeze then to the upside. That actually would be super nice. If we would once go lower, and the same goes for BTC, once go lower, take the liquidity underneath here and then jump back up, that would also make 100% sense to me. Then you still also leave this low intact, you do not breach it, and you take the liquidity. So again, for BTC that would look something like this, where maybe break out to the downside. Since we're also bearish leading in, it would make sense to us to break to the downside, break it, take the liquidity underneath all of these lows, and then we are going higher. That would be super nice. If we are breaking up to the upside and we cannot breach this yellow support and resistance line right here, 22,800, that is quite the heavy resistance, then I'm afraid that we're eventually going to break down and start making new lows and then attack that low that we just talked about. Something that concerns me a little bit on the current price action is that this is the ES, where we're talking about the futures market for the S&P 500. Sometimes there is a very strong correlation between the ES and Bitcoin. Sometimes there's barely any correlation. And right now we are already in a little bit of a period where we barely see any correlation. But this concerns me, that we see a big move up, and this is measured from Friday and now it's a bit consolidating, and that was exactly when BTC dumped and went sideways. Why am I concerned? I'm afraid that once this is done pumping, we are going lower, that then BTC says, okay, now we are going to sink again, and then you will dump together with the ES. So that is my biggest concern right now. Other than that, just for the price action and the levels, it looks very nice. It played out exactly as we talked about. We had this wedge, we broke out, we had a bearish retest, we went lower, and then I said we have a golden pocket here at 39.50, and we had that 2022 support and resistance line. So there's a little bit already older than a year. Tapped it once, tapped it twice, confirmed it, and now went higher. If we go a little bit lower, maybe to make that higher low, that would make 100% sense. Then it would still be all good, but this was actually a very nice moment to take some profit or to enter into a ETF spot position. That's also something that I said last week, and that's also exactly what I did exactly on these two moments when the market started to tank. That was when I loaded up a bit of the bandwagon for the spot ETF, so that's exactly what I did. Then the DXY, the dollar index, because we say a lot of times that BTC moves inverted to the dollar index. Once the DXY pumps, BTC dumps, and the other way around. This actually, from this price action right on, this is, let me see, I'm saying it correctly. Actually, so from here on, this is kind of the move down. So that was since Friday, yesterday and the day before, that we saw the ES running up, and there you could see it. These two are still very much correlated, or inverse correlated in this case, that the DXY went a little bit down and therefore the ES went up, and now we're seeing that the DXY goes a little bit up, and that here on the 4 hourly that we're already slowly starting to go now a little bit lower. With that being said, New York just opened. Oh no, it's going to open in just a few minutes from now, so it's going to be interesting to see. Then the news, because that is the volatility event that might occur. We have Jerome Powell testifying. To be honest, I do not expect the most crazy stuff from this. Of course, yes, he will be testifying. It is under oath, but he's also kind of more explaining than what he is doing, why he is doing it, and why he will stick to his plan. That whole testifying takes 2 days, so it starts off today in just a little bit from now, and then also continues tomorrow, and then we also still have some data coming out, job openings. But what I actually find more interesting, that is on March the 9th, that's the unemployment claims, and then the day after we have where was that, the non-farm employment change. That is usually something that gives a little bit of volatility together with the unemployment rate, because the unemployment rate is of course super important for the Fed to take as a benchmark to decide if they want to keep rising interest rates or not. So that is going to be super interesting. For now, it is targeted to be exactly the same as the month prior. Alright guys, that will be it for now. If you like the content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share the video with your friends if you think it's useful. Also feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram where I update you multiple times a day. Thank you guys so much. See you next one. Bye bye.